What is up, small business owners? It's Justin at Digital Anchor Media, and today I wanted to quickly throw together some tips or really an explanation of the Google search results page and what you're looking at and what's important to keep in mind when you're thinking about your digital marketing strategy. And so, just for starters, I went ahead and typed in lawn service. Now, I live in the Daytona Beach area. And we can see the very first thing that comes up in this instance is going to be some sponsored ads, right? And this is what you would hear referred to as PPC or pay-per-click advertising. So these companies are paying for the words lawn service and they're targeting a specific demographic, a specific area. There's a bunch of targeting that can go into play here, but they are paying for that specific keyword. Now, there is a bidding war that goes on in the back end of Google. And so you put in what your maximum bid is or how much your budget is, and Google generally will figure out when to show your ads, how often to show your ads. And when you run out of budget, you don't show up in the pay-per-click advertising anymore. Now, right below that, we have the Google Business Profile. This is also referred to as the Google Map Pack or the Google 3 Pack, depending on who you're talking to. But these companies, this is not necessarily, in this instance, the example I'm looking at here, these are not paid positions. There is Google Map Pack paid positioning. That's called Google Guarantee. Probably another video later on for that one. But the important things to get your rankings listed here is A, you have to have a Google Business Profile. B, the quality of your reviews is super important. And C, the number of reviews is super important. There's also other things that you can do on here to help boost your rankings or engage your audience, such as you can post to the Google Business Profile almost like a social media, like updates about your business, any specials or incentives that you're running. All of those things really help, but I will tell you from my experience, the most important thing is the quality of the reviews and then the number of the reviews. And what I mean by that is if you look at who's number one for lawn service, we currently don't have any lawn care customers. So I can speak about this, but they have a 4.9, all seasons lawn and landscape, a 4.9 with 19 reviews. Now you might say 19 reviews pales in comparison to the 553 that True Green has, but the average rating of True Green is only a 4.3. So there's some, we'll call it magic that goes on in the Google backend, the algorithm to determine which one of these is more important and different things are weighted differently. For example, Massey has a higher rating, a 4.4, but they have significantly less reviews. So Google is choosing to show True Green lawn care ahead of Massey. Now this is going to be based on geographic location, and this is what we refer to as local SEO, right? Right below that, so now we've talked about PPC. This is your digital advertising, your search campaigns. Below that, you have your 3-pack, your Google 3-pack, your local SEO. That's all the same terminology. And then below that, you have your organic listing. This is your traditional SEO. So there's a bunch of things that go into this. Now, the key difference between organic SEO and local SEO is for local SEO, you don't need to have a website, right? You can see that the guys that are in first place here don't even have a website attached to their business profile. For organic SEO, you have to have a website. You have to have somewhere to drive these people to. Now, I have a plugin called SEO Quake. It's a great one. It shows you all kinds of details about the specific business. But let's go ahead and pick, let's pick these guys. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop over into a tool that we use called SEMrush. And I think you can get this for free, or you can at least run a couple reports. If you wanted to spy on your competitors, you could use this tool to do so. But there's a couple of things that we look at as SEO professionals in here. One is the authority score. This is SEMrush's specific calculation, but it does mirror what they and we believe Google has in their back end, which is sort of a quality rating of the website. 7, admittedly, is a little low. I'd like to see that be a little bit higher. But there's also this notion of backlinks, right? And what backlinks are websites out there in the internet that are pointing back to your website. How many of those are there? An example of this that I gave earlier today would be if I had a cure for cancer, right? And I went onto the internet and I built a website and I said, I have the cure for cancer. It's XY plus Z equals cure for cancer. Well, all of a sudden, a bunch of websites out there in the world are going to start pointing back to my page saying this guy cured cancer, this guy cured cancer. Google would say, oh my gosh, not only is there good content on this site, right? There's good pictures, it's laid out cleanly, I can understand as a computer what's going on the site, but also there's a bunch of other websites that are related, this is important, that are related to medical that validate that this guy has something going on. So all of those sites pointing back to my sites are backlinks, right? Now, in reality, if you own a lawn care business, you're probably not going to post anything that's going to be so fundamentally amazing that there's going to naturally be a bunch of backlinks. So then you would hire an agency or yourself. You would do what we call link building. So you would go out and you would figure out what are the websites that I want to have my business listed on. And I would actually, in some cases, reach out to them and ask them to put me on their website. Usually that's in the form of blog post content. It is either it can drive to the home page or it can drive to specific pages. Now there is something important to keep in mind here. That, remember I said that they were related. Because if I just went out and bought, you'll see all the time, I'm sure you guys see all the time on Facebook or whatever social platform you use, you can buy all the backlinks in the world for $27.50. The problem is that if those backlinks are not related to your niche, to your industry, right? We're talking about landscaping here. Probably LASIK is not going to be related, or prescriptions for medications is not going to be related. So what that means for you, and I'm going to show you the referring domains. These guys have 32 websites out there that are pointing back to their website. And what that's going to mean for you is that your network graph, I've never looked at this site before, but we're doing it on the fly and I have a pretty good idea of what I'm going to see, is that it has a moderate risk. So it doesn't have enough niche backlinks, meaning there are some, but this is sort of the neighborhood of all the websites that are related to this specific website. And if you look way out here, see how this guy has a long line out here? That's because these are education-based links. So why in the world would a education or a nursing website be linking back to a landscaping site? It's a question that I don't have the answer to, and it's a question that Google is asking. And if you have too much of that going on, Google will certainly penalize you and think that you may be doing some backhanded link building tactics, right? Now, if all of these links are related to landscaping and yard maintenance and home ownership, Google's going to reward you and they're going to show you up higher in the organic search results. So those are the three main categories when you open up a Google search and you are searching for a business or you're searching for a keyword. Those are the three main things that you're going to see. And my goal, our goal as Digital Anchor Media, is we're here to help businesses grow and help make something that's pretty complicated a little less complicated. So if you have any comments, any questions, drop them into the comments below. And we're always here to help. Thanks.